If you cannot afford it, caffeinated black tea bags. Make your tea in the morning, save that tea bag, put it in the fridge. At night or the next morning or maybe after drinking your tea, put those cold caffeinated tea bags on your eyes, and they will help to depuff and constrict. Don't use non-caffeinated tea because it's defeating the purpose. Just use caffeinated tea, okay? Go for like green tea, actually has a lot of caffeine, or black tea. That's something you can do to help yourself, to help with the constriction. If you don't have tea and you just have metal spoons lying around your house, you can put those spoons on ice, and 10 to 15 minutes later, use those spoons to help depuff that area and to constrict the vasculature around your eyes. It's a trick I do very quickly if ever I have some sort of event at night, which I don't nowadays because of COVID, or if I'm going on camera for whatever reason. That also can help. So caffeine, tea bags, cold spoons are all great options. I have also seen somewhere that people use preparation H, which is a hemorrhoid cream. Hemorrhoids are things that happen below the belt, down there. That's sort of where I just don't really venture much. I do not advise this because usually in preparation H you have a steroid, and steroids over time can have detrimental effects on your eyes and can cause glaucoma. So although you think you're beating the system by buying something and using it more than you should be using it, you're actually causing this at a detriment to yourself and your eyeballs. So I would not use preparation H. It's not worth it. And yeah. Also, vitamin K, the underdog of the vitamin world, topically, can actually be very helpful as well if you're somebody who has that shadowing due to the vasculature, because vitamin K can help break down hemosiderin, which is that red blood cell deposition that happens as we age, as our blood vessels get weaker and blood kind of seeps out of it, causing residual darkness under our eyes. Isden has a really nice one called the K-Ox cream, and I will put below other ones that I really like in various price points and ranges. But vitamin K can also be a really nice adjunct to help with under eye shadowing that is due to vasculature. Okay? Now we get into puffiness. So we talked about pigmentation, we talked about shadowing and the vasculature. Now we have puffiness. Puffiness can be due to many different things. Easy things that are within your control, behavior modification. Quit the sushi at night. Salt at night will make you wake up like a puffball, and I am one of those people. 2, alcohol. So I'm not a big drinker. I used to drink maybe 2 drinks a week at night, maybe 3 on some weeks. Ever since I've had COVID, I've actually cut out alcohol completely because I realized, why am I drinking it? Yes, I like the taste, but I don't really need to. Maybe once a week is more than enough. So I've cut it out completely, and I will tell you, I wake up much less puffy around my eyes. Alcohol can be extremely dehydrating, even in one glass, and that's literally all I would have. And so I feel that alcohol itself, given how dehydrating it is, can actually lead to puffiness and worsening of your eyes and eye bags. So just a suggestion, if you guys want to try it for yourselves, try it for yourselves. If not for your liver, try it for your eyes and for vanity's sake. But again, I still have an occasional glass of wine once every couple of weeks. Not a big deal, but just something I have personally noticed on myself. Smoking is also one of those things that is going to cause a lot of swelling and worsening of how your skin actually looks. So again, if not for your physical body's health, do it for vanity's sake. But those are things that can lead to puffiness. Other things, allergies. Allergy is a huge category, and I'm talking about seasonal allergies, rhinitis, people who tend to get a lot of sneezing. Take that antihistamine at night. A lot of people take it in the morning. I actually take it at night, and it also helps me not to wake up as puffy. It also helps me in the morning, so I'm not waking up rubbing my eyes when I wake up. It's made a huge difference, the timing of when I take that antihistamine. Other things that can help. I love arnica. I love arnica as an anti-puffing ingredient. It is beautiful, and it's something that's not often spoken about. I would just say don't use it when you're pregnant, but it can really help with puffiness as well as with the vasculature component that we spoke about earlier. I don't know, it's a trend that has not really taken off, but it's one that I absolutely am obsessed with. It's an ingredient. I'm actually not into skincare trends because I think that human beings are timeless, and the way we exist today is the way we existed physically centuries ago. So the issues that we deal with, from a vanity standpoint today are the same issues we've dealt with centuries ago, just at different time frames in our lives. We've just gotten smarter at how to delay them. But arnica is one of those ingredients that, honestly, j'adore. 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 I'll list 1 or 2 arnica products below. And they're pretty easy to find at your local drugstore. So that is how I would suggest you can help with puffiness. Now let us cross into the harder to achieve category, which is in office. I will tell you guys this. No amount of cream is going to help you if you have herniated fat pads. I'm not talking about puffiness like what we just described. I'm talking about fat pads below your eyes that are due to genetic predisposition. So in the same way that people have pigmentations due to inheritance issues, people who have fat pads underneath their eyes because they're genetically predisposed to that due to how they're aging, creams are not going to help. On the margin, the depuffing creams will help if you've had salt, if you've had alcohol, if you're crying, but on a day-to-day, they're not going to help because the bones around our eyes, the orbital ring around our eyeballs, as we age, gets wider and thinner. So the scaffolding holding the fat around our face thins out. And so the fat pads we have around our temples, underneath our eyes, around our eyes, basically kind of shrink and drop. And people have these herniated fat pads underneath their eyes. In-office procedures like certain fillers with different types of hyaluronic acids can help tremendously if you have the right underlying bone structure. It can help to minimize that appearance, to smoothen it out so that that puff is not so obvious compared to the rest of your face. However, if your bone structure is not right, it can make it look worse. And this is why you have to go to somebody who is extremely skilled and honest with you as a patient. I'm trying not to hit the table. That was another feedback I got because I get, a little bit worked up. But you have to go to a practitioner, a physician who is both skilled and honest, who you see eye to eye with and who you trust in order to address that with injectables, because it is not without risk. Risk of bruising, which happens because this eye is notorious to bruise, so don't freak out about that. But risk of looking worse or, God forbid, running into more dangerous adverse events, which is not, it's too big for the scope of this video. Finally, if you're one of those people for which fillers are not the right approach, then surgical options, going to a plastic surgeon or an oculoplastic surgeon to do a blepharoplasty, meaning they take out the fat underneath your eyes to help minimize the appearance, can work wonders. And I've had patients as early